Hello folks, it's Clinton Moss here with Gunner Energy Services, and today I want to do a case study and show all you guys some actual data downhole from a passive magnetic ranging job where we used casing magnetization. So okay folks, before we get into that, let's review passive ranging. Basically, passive ranging just detects the residual magnetic field from a metallic body in the ground. So in the case of a wellbore, we have some wellbore in place. It will have a residual magnetic field associated with it. That's just due to the fact that the casing is made of steel. So all we do for passive ranging is sample that magnetic field so we can characterize it, and then we determine our distance and direction from the target based upon that interfering magnetic field source, okay? Now, if we want to enhance the magnetic field of the casing, what we can do is magnetize the casing before it's installed in the ground. So you simply, as you see here now, pass an external magnetic field over the casing that aligns all the little magnetic domains of the casing, and it gives you a 5 times more powerful signal. But the question always, folks, is does that signal persist, okay? Does the pattern, okay, the way that we magnetize the casing and the amplitude of this new field, does it persist through time, and is it changed as a result of actually running that casing into the hole after you've magnetized? That's a very good question, folks. So let's go downhole, look at the data, and see if we can answer that question. So here we are downhole, and you can see the magnetized casing behind me. So remember, folks, for each joint that was magnetized, the total strength and that particular pattern was noted in the records. Now, 10 years later, when we drill down and approach the target, you can see that. As we superimpose the actual data that is collected with the MWD on top of our modeled theoretical approximation of what the field should be, you see an exact match, an exact overlay of the actual data to the predicted signal. Chef's kiss, a pièce de résistance, as they say it. It couldn't be any better if I had scripted it to be that way. So now, folks, what does this mean in the larger context? Certainly it works in this application where we're doing this is a mining application that you see here behind me. But what does it tell us about other uses? Well, we can now say with confidence, we can magnetize casing, that signal should persist through time, probably at least a decade, okay, or if not more. And we can count on that signal being present in the future if we need to come down and intersect that well for a well control event, or intersect it simply to plug it. So folks, that opens the door to casing magnetization for a relief well contingency plan. Something you can do now is magnetize your casings, install them in a well, and in the unlikely event that that well ever needs to be intersected in the future, you can rely on this enhanced casing magnetization signal. So folks, there you have it. One call does it all for all your casing magnetization needs. Call Gunner Energy Services for your solution mining or your relief well application.